Namaste friends, this is Yogi Anand from Adwait Yoga School. Today we will study about the chakras, a systematic study about chakras, their centers, locations, and their potentialities, the features. Chakras are energy centers. And some scriptures say, some books say that there are 114 chakras. But Hatha Yogic sutras, Hatha Yogic textbooks describe about 7 chakras only in the body. But in modern researches, some modern scientists have discovered 5 more chakras, and they talk about 12 chakras. Chakras, by its name, are actually the centers which are located in circular form, like wheel. Chakra means wheel or a circle. So these are the energy sources. If a human being understands about the sources and can access, then one can manifest different energies. For worldly achievements or the spiritual achievements, one needs energy, one needs power. So without power, without potentiality, a person is impotent, powerless, and cannot do anything, cannot achieve any extraordinary things in lives. So one must have good understanding about the energy, their centers, and how to access there, and how to allow these energies to manifest. Buddha talked about energy, and he emphasized that energy an essential, one of 7 essential requisites of enlightenment. He talked about 7 elements of enlightenment. First was attentiveness. Second was investigation of the truth. Third was energy. And fourth was enthusiasm. Because if we have energies, then we have zeal, we have enthusiasm to achieve anything. And when one has enthusiasm, then there is inward tranquility. Tranquility is very important for enlightenment, because he emphasized on enlightenment. And he talked 7 essential ingredients of enlightenment. So energy is third. Fourth is enthusiasm. Fifth is inward tranquility. And sixth is concentration. When we have tranquility, when we have peace, then we feel more concentration. So for concentration, peace is very important. The environment should be very peaceful. You cannot concentrate if you are in a very chaotic place, or in inner world if you are very chaotic, you cannot concentrate. So for concentration, peace is very important. That is called tranquility. And out of tranquility, there comes concentration. And if we have concentration, then we understand about the reality. We see the things as they are. So with utmost concentration, if we see anything, then we can understand its nature, its behaviors, its effects. Then we can easily harness that, we can easily manage that. So for understanding, for which there is another term, enlightenment, concentration is very important. And when we have knowledge, when we have wisdom, when we have enlightenment, then the seventh thing, which is called equanimity, automatically happens. So my focus was on energy. Energy is very essential, very important for spiritual or yogic upliftment, yogic development, as well as that is very important to achieve worldly achievements. But apart from other sources about energies, which we discussed in our last video, in last talk, that was energetic anatomy and physiology, I have taken one of those topics, that is chakras, because there are other sources of energies, but chakras are also one of sources. We talked about pranas, we talked about gunas, trigunas that day in that video. We talked about panchabhutas, tridoshas, then three nadis. So these are parts of energy, but chakras are essential parts of energy. If we can have knowledge about chakras and we can reach there, then we can easily activate that. So first is the locations, then we should have knowledge how to activate them. Then when we activate them, then the third thing comes manage, how to manage those energies, because when we become very powerful, then this is very challenging to manage those energies, because power becomes destructive if one doesn't have the ability, qualification to maintain, to manage that power. So power is creative as well as destructive also. So after awakening of the power, one must have knowledge how to manage that power. But today we'll talk about the energy centers, chakras. So there are 12 chakras, and we should reach there. Here I am reminded of a story. I would like to mention that there was a beggar, an old beggar, who used to sit at one place and he used to beg every day for his livelihood. One day he got sick because he was old. He got sick and he died there only, at that spot only. When villagers knew about that, then they came there and they thought that since that beggar was begging from that place only, on that spot only, so he should be buried at that point only. So they started digging that point, that place, that location. But when they were digging, they saw a box. That box contained lots of jewelries, precious jewelries, jewels. And they took that box filled with jewelries, pot, and they buried that old beggar at that point only. And then they thought that if that old beggar had knowledge about that treasure and he could dig that place, he could have been a wealthy person and he could lead a very abundant life. Then he did not need to beg. That beggar was sitting on that place only, but that jewel was buried. The same thing is with everybody. There are 7 energy centers, and the ignorant people are unaware of them. Therefore, they lead wretched life, they lead very poor lives, powerless life. They have very low energies, they live in despair, no hope, or in gloominess. Therefore, they live mediocre life. And they die with no extraordinary achievements. So, a human being has 7 energy centers in his body, and apart from these 7, there are other 5 more additional chakras. They are dormant, but people are unaware. And an enlightened master, a yogi, an enlightened yogi, has knowledge about these energy centers. So first let us know those energy chakras, energy centers. The first, or the 0, which is the below root chakra, that is called earth star chakra, that is earth chakra. Then first is root chakra. Earth chakra is the 0 chakra, below the base chakra. First is root chakra. Second is sacral chakra. Third is solar plexus, or the navel. Root chakra is called Muladhara chakra. Let us have an understanding about Muladhara chakra. Muladhara is the base chakra. If we can understand the meaning of a chakra name, then we can understand its nature, its behavior, and its feature. So as its name, Muladhara, Mul means root, Adhari means base. So that is the base chakra, that is the root. And you know, from root, a tree takes energy. From root, and a tree takes minerals. Then that is reacted with the solar light, and the photosynthesis happens, and then energy is born, and how a tree lives. So a human being is also like a tree, and its root is at the base. Let me remind you about these chakras locations. These chakras are located not in the physical body, but in astral body. If you can operate a physical body, you cannot find these chakra centers. But these are located in astral body. That is why those chakras cannot be viewed with this physical eyes, but with internal eye. When we close our eyes, when we meditate, then we can see the light of respective chakra. So the root chakra, Muladhara chakra, has red color. If we close our eyes and if we see the red color, that means root chakra is active. So this is one identification of chakra activation. Whatever color you see in meditation, you understand that that chakra, that respective chakra is more active in you, more dominant in you. So the root chakra has red color, and red color is the raw energy. That is like raw material. And you know, a raw material needs a processing, needs an enhancement. So the energy in its first form is red. And when that is transformed, or when that reaches into the higher chakra, that becomes orange. So the second chakra is called Swadhisthana chakra. And by its name, Swadhisthana means self-established. Swa-adhishthit, self-placed, self-located. So that chakra is also called sacral chakra, and that is sexual energy. So raw energy is transformed into sexual energy, which is very creative. So that is the center of creativity also. That center makes one an artist or very creative if that is used in proper way. That is second chakra. And third chakra is solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus is also called Manipur in yoga term. Mani means jewels and Pur means city. So that is why its name is Manipur, because that is a kind of city of jewels. If one accesses this chakra, this center, and activates, and one has an accessibility to a store of jewels. That jewels is not physical, but energetic jewels. One becomes very vigorous, and that is related to immunity also, immunity and stamina, vitality. Solar plexus. And fourth chakra is heart chakra. You see, heart chakra. Heart chakra is also called Anahat chakra. Anahat means unbeaten. There is an incessant sound, vibration. A sound, when we play an instrument, a sound is created. When we hit these two palms, that creates a clapping sound. So all of sounds, what we hear through ears, are formed because of a reaction between two things. That is created with a hurt, with a trigger, or with a hit. But this sound is called Anahat. A sound is always there without hitting anything. And it has green color. So solar plexus or the navel chakra has yellow color, and this heart chakra is green. And then fifth chakra is throat chakra. Throat chakra, fifth. This throat chakra in Sanskrit is called Vishuddhi chakra. And if you can understand its meaning, Vishuddhi means, V means special, Vishesh, and Shuddhi means purify. So this chakra is especially purifier, that purifies our beings. This is throat chakra, Vishuddhi chakra. This is spiritual nature of this chakra, and physically this is related to thyroid gland, hyperthyroid or hypothyroid. These two disorders happen because of the vulnerability of this chakra. If we can activate and balance this chakra, then our thyroid gland works properly, physically. And spiritually, we have immense vocal power, very effective vocal capability. Our word, our sound, our thoughts, what we speak, our speech becomes very effective, very piercing, very penetrating. Whatever we speak, that is very sweet, very soothing, and that penetrates into the deeper layers of consciousness. So this chakra is highly effective to make one a great speaker, and that purifies the being. And the sixth chakra, which is called Ajna chakra, where there is third eye. Ajna chakra is called sixth, third chakra. You know, Ajna is Sanskrit word which means commandment. If we can activate and balance this chakra, then we have commanding power. First on ourselves, which is called self-mastery, and then we can command others also. So self-mastery comes with the activation of the sixth chakra. We have command over ourselves. And if we can win ourselves, then we can win the whole world, entire world. We can win the universe. So this is sixth chakra. And let me tell you about the color of this chakra. This is blue in color. If you see blue color in our meditation, that means this chakra is more active. If you see green color, that means our heart chakra is active. And sixth chakra, Ajna chakra, has indigo color. If you see the indigo color in our meditation, that means this chakra is more active. And these chakras can be stimulated, can be activated, can be awakened by using of the respective colors also. If I use yellow color, if I wear yellow shirts, yellow clothes, then I will activate my solar plexus. If I use orange, then I'll stimulate the Swadhisthana chakra or the sacral chakra. Similarly, if I use any specific color, the corresponding chakra is activated. So we should be very mindful, we should be very logical in using a color. You know, a color is related to a specific planet also. Like yellow color is related to Jupiter, white color is related to Venus, red color is related to Mars. So a color has energy. We should be very wise to use a color, to select a color. And the black color is related to Saturn. I'm using this color, black, because of today is Saturday. So if you wear the black color on Saturday, then we gratify the Saturn planet, and he becomes happy to us. But in energy centers, the third eye chakra has indigo color. Now the seventh chakra is called Sahasrara chakra, crown chakra, that is seventh. And it has name, it is given a name, Sahasrara. Sahasrara means thousands. Sahasra, R is petals. So 1,000 petals, lotus flower is there. That lotus flower is psychic flower. That is not physical lotus flower. And if you focus on that crown chakra, we activate that. Later on, we'll talk how to access and how to activate a specific chakra. Today, I am more focused on the names of chakras, locations of chakras, their respective colors, their natures, effects, energies. So the crown chakra is obviously neighbor of the sixth Ajna chakra and neighbor of eighth chakra also. And what is eighth chakra? Is soul star chakra. Eighth chakra is above the crown, 12 inches above. It's called soul chakra. So our soul governs the crown chakra, and soul is connected with the crown chakra. And that is one gateway, one door to enter into the spirit. Because after soul, we enter through the soul gateway, we enter into the ninth chakra. Ninth chakra is spirit chakra. That is spirit chakra. That is more bigger than soul. Soul is smaller than spirit, and we access the ninth chakra through soul, and the 10th chakra is universal chakra. That universe obviously is very huge, which contains the 9 major planets and other stuff. And when we expand ourselves, when we connect ourselves to that chakra, then we manifest universal energy. And universal chakra is bigger source of energies, and that is a storehouse of the incidents, a storehouse of the memories. We can fetch the data, we can fetch the information, we can retrieve information of our past lives or of our past. So all the happenings are stored into that universal domain. And the 11th chakra. 11th chakra is galaxy chakra. That is galactic. Galaxy contains numerous universes. A yogi systematically transcends from one chakra to another, from second to third, from third to fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th is galactic chakra. We enter into galaxies. And after passing through the galaxies, we enter into the divine. So the 12th chakra is divine. Actually, divine is infinite. The divine location, the location of divine is infinite. And that is infinite in size, that is beyond space, beyond time. And that infinite space, more than space, that infinite divine is the goal of a yogi. And when a yogi enters into that chakra, into that source of everything, then a yogi reaches to the goal. And from there, everything huge or small is born. And into that, everything is dissolved. So these are 12 energy centers, 12 chakras. The 0 chakra is below our body, and that is somewhere into the earth, inside the earth. And that is the one which is called gravitational force that draws the things towards earth. So long we are in contact of gravitational force, we are in contact with that chakra also. And through meditation, we can rise from the power of the lower chakras and we can enter into these higher chakras, and we can experience what you call enlightenment or yoga, union, Adwait, oneness, or divinity, and then we become a divine person. In reality, then we do not become a personality. Then a person transcends a personality, and a person becomes not only universal being, not only intergalactic being, but divine. The term divine is not normal term. The divine term means infinity. People usually speak about divine, but they don't understand what divine is. A divine can be understood and experienced by a yogi only, and that should be used by a yogi only. So when we speak about divine, that means infinite. And a yogi enters into that through certain techniques. In our next videos, in next talk, we'll talk about how to activate them in more detail. Because when we choose a topic, then we should focus on that topic only. Though we talk about other things, other relevant things also, however, we must be focused on the theme only. So today, I wanted to talk about the chakras, their locations, their localities, their natures, features, effects, and so that we can access them. And if you find the blockages, we can endeavor to release the blockages from the pathway so that that divine energy will descend and will manifest through us. And so that we can become a yogi, a channel of that divine light, divine energy, divine wisdom. Till then, stay connected, stay tuned, and if you are not subscribed our channel, please click on subscribe button and also on the bell icon to get notifications of our upcoming videos. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay universal, divine. Namaste.